Whoops, the mic has not been on.
Oops, we've been
Yeah.
recording and talking, but the mic has been off.
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
thank you for that. Can you hear us now?
Way to go.
I know, right? Mic. Okay. Yeah. That was a blunder.
For 15 minutes.
Yeah, we have been straight up talking for 15 minutes and did not notice that the mic was off, so thank you, Mr. Riddle, for that. We are doing well, thank you. How are you?
How does deja vu work?
How does deja vu work?
How does marijuana affect your memory? And what is rich flavor?
Well, Mr. Riddle, is it Mr. Riddle? Miss Riddle? Judas or Riddle? If you like this, I do have a lot of other videos of me playing different Zelda games on my channel. You can always check out. Thank you for the subscribe. I always appreciate it. We're playing Breath of the Wild Master Quest. What I did.
I'm actually wearing a Triforce shirt right now.
You are. What I did yesterday, that was kind of, well, when I first started this off, I didn't realize that, like, what's my favorite Zelda? I didn't realize that if I started a new game, it would delete, because, like, in the other one, you can have, like, several different files going at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But in the Master Quest, you can only have one file.
Oh, so it deleted the other one?
Yeah, I deleted the other one. But it's okay. Yeah, Wind Waker is pretty awesome. That was, yeah, no problem, you know? Gotta help out my YouTube community. I really did enjoy Wind Waker. Go, go, go. Oh, come on. It did not freeze like I wanted it to. Yeah, I think Wind Waker is pretty awesome. I really enjoyed Wind Waker HD. That was a very beautiful game. And I like that they added the faster sail. I know, right? I think my favorite overall Zelda game is got to be A Link to the Past, though. Always was a big fan. I guess I stop it when it gets here. Oh, it's because it wasn't recharged yet. Oh, I'm stupid. Yeah, the water temple is pretty frustrating. I think that's everyone's kind of common idea of it. There's just like a random key somewhere that is very easy to miss. Whoop. I liked Ocarina of Time. I felt it was too linear, though. Yes, love Harry Potter. Huge fan. I think I've seen every movie about like 4 or 5 times. I'm kind of a. I've never read the books though, so I guess I'm not as big as a fan as most people are.
Yeah, I've never read the books. I watched all the movies.
Yeah. Oh, I'm missing something. Mallet. You like Twilight Princess. So my top 3 would probably be Breath of the Wild, A Link to the Past, and Wind Waker. I was not a big fan of Twilight Princess. I think I beat that game in 16 hours. Was really just unimpressed. I just felt like it was just I don't know. Wasn't a big fan. Same with Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword was also pretty easy. Oh, is that why your handle is Riddle, like Tom Riddle? That's my favorite thing. I think I have too many bows. Oh no, I can have it. I love like freezing stuff and then launching it off and it just goes flying. Alright. Lewis the 14th. Hello, Lewis. Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
I've never played any of the Harry Potter games. Are they fun? We are currently playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Master Quest. I'm trying to take out this gray Boko blend. I am 29 years old. These guys get their health back so fast. No, not really. I had played for a while, and I actually was pretty far, and then decided I would start over from the beginning. Girlfriend, she is 27.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird saying that I'm 29 because like I just turned 29.
You're an old fart.
I know, so old. Because I always feel like I'm still 28, and then someone's like, "How old are you?" And I'm like, "I'm 20." Oh crap. Yes, I have beaten the game previously. She is a Zelda fan because I'm a Zelda fan. So she likes to watch me play video games. Her video game of choice would probably be Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto.
Or Sims. All the Sims.
Yeah, she also likes the
Minecraft.
Sims. Yeah, Sims games. Loves Minecraft. Yeah, Lewis, I've beaten it already on the regular mode, and on that save file, I have all the shrines and a lot of the cool stuff. I think what he means is I don't think you can do Master Quest until you've beaten the regular mode. There's a special treasure box over here. I can't remember where exactly it is. Hey, there's the other shrine.
Let me check your email.
Are you waiting on the pizza?
I'm so hungry.
I know. We ordered pizza.
Weren't you disappointed by the fact that there aren't any dungeons like there were in the previous Zelda games?
You know what? That's a great question because no. Yes and no, because like I think it would have been a great juxtaposition from what they had. But if you haven't seen it, you should check out the Game Grumps. Danny, he has his other thing before they were Game Grumps. He had his like Ego Raptor stuff, and he does like a sequelitis. I also like dropping rocks on these dudes, like ugh. So he's got this video about like Ocarina of Time and the whole dungeon system that they have, and I think it's a really good video to watch. It's like half an hour, but you should check it out if you've got some time. And the one thing he talks about is how in those games the dungeons become like this streamline of you go to a dungeon, you find an item in that dungeon, you use that item to beat the dungeon boss, and then you might use that item in the overworld every now and then, but it's not really mandatory to beat the game. Whoa. So I wish they would have had, because they do kind of do like the bigger dungeons with whoa, threw a box at me. With like the what's it called, the big monster things. I wish they would have done those kind of bigger. But overall, no, I think I'm pretty satisfied with this game. And as far as the puzzles go, I feel like with the shrines, they were able to do a lot more. As far as puzzles go. Like,
I don't know, it's weird, like me watching the shrines, I feel like they're easily, like, I don't feel like they're as challenging as they could be. You know, because you finished the other game, like the other part of this game, where you did all the shrines, and I like watched you do most of them, and I'm like, maybe they're not.
I think they're more satisfying. You know, I don't know. That's my personal opinion. Because like, in the other Zelda games, the puzzle would be like, find a hole in the wall where there's a shiny thing that you shoot. Oh, there it is. That's the treasure box I was looking for. In this one, it's like, figure out how to get... I don't know, man. I really like this game a lot. I think it's different, and I think because it's different, a lot of people fall into like two categories of you either loved it or, you know, you didn't. But I think the same thing about Wind Waker. Like, I loved Wind Waker. A lot of people hated it.
Hedusor left us.
I think what they could have done is created a bigger juxtaposition between the shrines. Like, I think what they should have done was had the shrines, but then made the actual, like, I forget what they're called, the four monster things that you have to go and rescue, the guardians or whatever. I think they could have made those bigger. Like, those temples could have been, because I remember doing the Zora one, I guess that's the one I did first, and just kind of beating it. Yeah, kind of. Because, like, the Zora temple was so fast, and I remember, like, beating the elephant, and just kind of feeling like, oh, that's it? Okay. So I think they could have done a better job, or they could have done those differently and made them feel different than the temples. I think the mechanics behind those, like the puzzle system with those, was pretty cool. But it's kind of, I guess it's a little more difficult whenever they give you... Yeah. We were actually literally just talking about that before you got on. It's so hard to do water-themed anything. Water-themed levels, water-themed worlds. If you haven't played the new Mario Odyssey game, I think they figured out how to do water pretty good.
That water level was pretty dope.
Yeah, that water level was pretty awesome.
So you know what I think is going on with this Domino's? They only open at like 11, and there's only like one guy there, so that he has to make all the pizzas and stuff, and then he has to deliver them.
That's what happened last time too,
yeah.
right?
And then they like, well, one time he actually called and was like, "Hey, sorry, you know." Would you like soda?
Yes, please. I'm not very good at that. What? Pull the thing out. Yeah, eventually. That's, I think, well, because the last thing I did was get all the shrines in the first playthrough of this game, and then I was like, yeah, I should get all the Kokiri, the Koroks, or Kokiri seeds, whatever. there's so many. And so with the second DLC, they released the mask that you can find that helps you kind of find them. I don't know, there's even with that, there's so many. The one thing I haven't yet done also is the Master Sword side quest. I don't even know what you get for doing that. They're on the way. Oh, it's already 1 o'clock. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
The one thing that I have been thinking about is playing this game without using any of the amiibos. Well, as my YouTube handle would suggest, we don't use walkthroughs here on No Walkthroughs. Well, so I say that, but I played this game before I created this YouTube channel, so finding the temples, I had to use some walkthroughs, but beating them, no, I was able to kind of get through them all without. Girlfriend helped out on a few of them.
I did.
Just because she saw some patterns that I didn't, but for the most part, I was able to get through them without having to use any kind of walkthroughs or anything. That means it is finally time. Ha ha ha. This old Santa Claus looking feller. What is dog freaking out about?
I think she had to do number 2 a second time. But I walked out there just now, and I couldn't find her. She's on the patio. She heard me in the fridge. Then she started making all the noise and came back inside. So she's actually fine.
Yeah. I died so many times trying to get this treasure chest. Oh, because of that. Oh, I'm so stupid. I should have known better. That was one of the biggest differences between playing the regular quest and the master quest. No. I love the armor system, but the weapon system I feel is a little heavy-handed as far as like the weapons break so fast. So it's cool because it creates this whole like idea of, you know, you're not just fighting the enemy, but you're also kind of managing your weapons, and you know, you have to kind of keep an eye on how many weapons you have, and if it's lightning out, you know, you don't want to switch to your wooden stuff. But then at the same time, like in the middle of fighting a Lionel or something and all your weapons break, it's like, well, shit, what do? You know, you run away and try to find some more weapons, but then in trying to find other weapons, it's hard because it's not like they sell them. They don't sell them. You know, you can buy arrows and such, but you know, they don't just have like swords in shops. I feel it was very open-ended, and I think they did that on purpose because the other DLC is coming out soon. I don't know. I kind of liked it. I thought it was weird that Zelda hadn't aged at all. Whoops, too much. Yes, I did definitely feel that. Some of the blights definitely felt like it was much harder than fighting Ganon. Ooh. Gonna have to get rid of you. And I guess that kind of brings back my previous point. Well, shoot, even some of the Lionels were harder than fighting Ganon. Like I guess it was the Zebra Lionel. But it also could be just because of like when you finally get to Ganon, you kind of know the game, you know, so you kind of know what to expect. Do I think this is the best Zelda game? I think it is the most innovative Zelda game. I think, in my personal opinion, the best Zelda game is A Link to the Past. Certainly my favorite Zelda game. I'm out of arrows. I personally love this game though. I think it did a lot of great things in the right direction as far as kind of what... So, I'm old. I have the original Zelda, or have played the original Zelda, for the Nintendo Entertainment System. And this is what Zelda was like. It was the very first, I guess you could consider it a sandbox game, because in the very original Zelda, you could go anywhere, do anything, try to take on any temple before, you know, you had the stuff that you needed. So, like, the only temple that you couldn't go to was the final one, because you needed all the Triforce pieces to get to it. Oh, that's a shame. But if you wanted to, you could take on Temple 8 before you even did Temple 1, you know? So, it kind of brings it back to that, which feels good. I think so. I think it feels good. Because in this game, you could go straight to Ganon after you get the paraglider. You know, there's nothing stopping you except for your own skill. You watching Iron Man?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I need to go to the Temple of Time. I think I'm just gonna fast travel. Why do I have 2 torches? I only need 1 torch. What? Is she on the patio again?
Yeah, she's on the patio. And the door's open.
Is she acting like she's locked out on the patio?
Yes, she's laying facing the door and whining. She went outside on her own accord.
Wow. Oh, that might have been too big. But seriously though, where's our pizza? It says the driver Dakari is on the way. I'm gonna go trade my temple shrine tokens in for a heart piece. This is Austin. Yes. Okay, give me 1 second. I actually have to go out and open the gate with my card, but I'll be out there in just a second, okay?
Hey, Trinity, stop. Sorry, didn't mean to yell.
The mic? It is.
Okay, because I tried to mute it and fuss at
Well,
Trinity.
what'd you do?
This one?
No,
This one?
you didn't never turn it off, so you fussed at Trinity live.
Oops.
Yeah.
Well, that's not fair.
Well, there's only 2 people watching, so. And I don't know if our friends are still with us.
That's fair.
You wanna go get the pizza when it knocks?
Well done there, young one. Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am. I was
I believe the guy who
King
voiced
Frodo
him
Promise.
is the same guy who plays Kingpin
I
in
was
the
the
Daredevil
last leader of
show.
Hyrule.
The guy who did the Wizard of Oz
Exists.
and that one in Emerald City. You know what I'm talking about?
The guy that was a whiz?
Yeah, the guy that
Yeah.
was.
The great
yeah.
calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path.
Can I skip
though,
this?
a
I've seen this
century
before.
ago. It was then that my
There's a
life
cutscene, so I guess I can go get the pizza.
And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form. Forgive me. I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago. To know Calamity Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age-long past. The Demon King was born into this kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now. Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales. But there was also prophecy.
Yeah, man, it is lady out there.
The signs of a resurrection of Calamity Ganon are clear, and the power to oppose it lies dormant beneath the ground. We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. It wasn't long before we discovered several ancient relics made by the hands of our distant ancestors. These relics, the divine beasts, were giant machines piloted by warriors. We also found the Guardians, an army of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously.
Is it at least hot?
This coincided with ancient legends, oft repeated throughout our land. We also learned of a princess
And
with a
feta
sacred
cheese.
power, and her appointed knight, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. It was they who sealed Ganon away, using the power of these ancient relics. 100 years ago, there was a princess set to inherit a sacred power, and a skilled knight at her side. It was clear that we must follow our ancestors' path. We selected 4 skilled individuals from across Hyrule and tasked them with the duty of piloting the divine beasts. With the princess as their commander, we dubbed these pilots champions, a name that would solidify their unique bond. The princess, her appointed knight, and the rest of the champions were on the brink of sealing away Ganon. But nay. Ganon was cunning, and he responded with a plan beyond our imagining. appeared from deep below Hyrule Castle, seized control of the Guardians and the Divine Beasts, turned against us. The champions lost their lives, those residing in the castle as well. The appointed knight, gravely wounded, collapsed while defending the princess. And thus, the kingdom of Hyrule was devastated absolutely by Calamity Ganon. However, the princess survived to face Ganon alone.
Link, you are our final hope. The fate of Hyrule rests with you.
That princess was my own daughter, my dear Zelda. And the courageous knight who protected her right up to the very end. That knight was none other than you, Link. You fought valiantly when your fate took an unfortunate turn. And then, you were taken to the Shrine of Resurrection. Here you now stand, revitalized 100 years later. The words of guidance you have been hearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now, as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule Castle, she calls out for your help. However, my daughter's power will soon be exhausted. Once that happens, Ganon will freely regenerate himself, and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link. I am powerless here. You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes to annihilate Ganon. Somehow, Ganon has maintained control over all 4 divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point. I suggest that you make your way east out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road out to Kakariko Village. There you will find the Elder Impa. She will tell you more about the path that lies ahead. Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for the precise location of Kakariko Village. Make your way past the twin summits of the dueling peaks. From there, follow the road as it proceeds north.
There's a little spider on me.
Cute little spider.
I just squished it. I was like really
Cute little squish. waste any more arrows on that. Why? Waste one more arrow. Nailed it. Alright, well thanks for joining us today. I'm going to call it a day there. Don't forget to check me out later on at night when we do late nights with no walkthroughs, and always hit up my page for watching me and Bud Ryan play some stuff. Thank you guys